In this video, I'll show you an example of a CRAAP test evaluating one of my sources. The question says find 4 to support your argument, so they are on your side, and evaluate them in the table below. So you need to answer the CRAAP test questions for 4 possible sources. In the end, we will only use 2. So at the top, I've written my name, my ID, my question for my essay. My question, should Trump run for president again in 2024? And my position, what do I personally think? What will I argue in my essay? My position, yes, he should go again in 2024. So I found a news story from a paper called The Hill, and I'm going to use this as one of my possible sources. Warning: it is impossible to do a CRAAP test if you have not read the source. So after you have read your source, we can enter information into the table. First column, I need the source title, the author, and the link if it's online. Here's the title. Here is the writer's name, Max Greenwood. And here's the link. I can make all of this the right size when I'm finished. There you go. So in the first column is currency, which is about time. When was it published? And how does the currency affect your research? So if it's old, is that a good thing or a bad thing? If it's new, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Does it matter? Your answer here will depend on your research question. If you're thinking about history, then old is probably okay. If you're thinking about developments in new technology, in science, old is probably not great. It depends on your question. For me, this is from January, 2 months ago. Is that good for me? Well, yes, because I want to know what people are thinking now. I don't want to know about a year ago because maybe they changed their minds about Trump. Okay, next. How relevant is this to your topic? Does it help me answer my question? My question, should Trump run for president? My article, most Republican voters back Trump. So it has some relevance, but it's not really about politics. It's just how people feel today. So it's relevant, but not the most relevant. I've written 2 sentences to explain, yes, it has some relevance, but there are some things that it is missing. Third column is authority. Is this person an expert? Are they qualified enough to talk about this subject? Well, this is a newspaper, and I'm guessing Max Greenwood is just a journalist. He works at the newspaper. Maybe at the bottom it might have some information about him. No, it does not. So I'm going to guess that he's just a journalist. The author then is only a journalist. He doesn't really work in politics, so he is not the best person to tell me whether Trump should run for president. He's not really into politics. So my source has limited authority. He's not the only voice I need. Does that mean this article is a bad source? No. Does that mean I can't use it? No. But I have to be aware that it is limited. It has problems. Next, for accuracy. Is there evidence? Are there mistakes? Do we get the whole story? Are there references? Well, I've read this article, and I don't think there are a lot of mistakes, but there are some issues. This poll says that most Republicans want Trump to come back. There are over 300 million people in the United States. Over 100 million people voted for Trump in the last election. But this poll, this survey, when I read it, is only 2,006 people. 2,000 out of 300 million is not enough. So we have accuracy issues here. So for accuracy, I have written that the poll was only given to 2,000 Americans, so it's not a good representation of the whole 50 states. Also, the poll is conducted by Harvard, it says here, and Harvard is a name we can trust. It's an established and very successful, prestigious university, but they only spoke to Republicans, people who like Trump anyway. So am I getting the whole story? No. You should probably ask some other people, more people, different people. So the accuracy here is not great. Again, your job is to write the problems, if there are problems. Don't throw out the source. There is no good or bad source yet. You have to do the test first. Finally, purpose. Why is this person writing? Who is he writing to? Are you trying to sell me something? Is someone sponsoring you? So for this paper, The Hill, it's an independent newspaper. It's not paid for by the government. It's not paid for by big companies. So for purpose, I've written that the paper is independent and its main purpose is to inform, but it may also want to change my mind about who I vote for in 2024. Newspapers have a lot of influence when it comes to voting. In the UK, for example, the person who is promoted most in the newspaper usually wins. The person who gets the most news stories usually wins. So it's not just information. Again, is this a bad source now? No, I'm not saying that. But if there are issues, you must think about them and you must write them here. So I have completed my CRAAP test for one source. You need to do this for 4 sources, fill every box, and please make sure you have read your sources first.